Hi, welcome to Medical Terminology. This is the summer quick course, 6 weeks long, of Nursing 155, Section 1008. My name is Sue Simpson. I'll be your instructor for this course. I am a full-time faculty member in the nursing department at MiraCosta College, and I'm looking forward to working with all of you. So when you open up your Blackboard course, you're going to come to this announcement page. Currently, there isn't any announcements because I haven't made any. But when I do put an announcement up, an automatic email comes to you. So please make sure that your email is correct both in Blackboard and in Surf. When you come in here, I'm going to ask you to start here. This is where you're going to go in and open up the Getting Started with My Lab Mastering, which is a PDF, opens up like this. It gives you the instructions of how to connect and enter your access code. You go, even if you don't have an access code and you're going to access it online, and you could pay for a full access at this site. So this is how you go about doing that. There's a little video as well if you rather watch somebody do it. So our weeks are set up here on the left-hand side on the menu here. Next is the syllabus, and I'll make a little video in here. Here's your syllabus. Download it. Please read it thoroughly. I don't allow any makeups. I don't have any extensions because we're in such a short time period. So you need to stay ahead of yourself. So go ahead and read that syllabus thoroughly. I'll make a little video that you'll find in here in this section about the syllabus itself. Week 1, this has to be done by the 18th of June. This is every week is set up pretty much the same. So you're going to go to the discussion board below, which is here, and introduce yourself on the discussion board. You can enter it here or on the menu over here. You're going to create a thread and go ahead and make your discussion board like this. Let's say, hi from Sue. And this is where you're going to enter your information about just hello and how you're doing, and a little bit of information so everybody can talk to one another. And then you submit. I'm going to leave this up here so that you'll see it when you get in. And there it is. Me as a student has gone in there. Now, if we go back to week 1 where we entered that, we can see that the possible topics to include. In the syllabus, it talks about grading of the discussion boards, and I'll go through that later in that video. So now you see we have, also I want you to read chapters 1 through 3 in your textbook, which is the 6th edition of Medical Terminology, A Living Language by Bonnie F. Frigen and Suzanne S. Frucht. Then you're going to listen to the guided lectures. This is why you have had to get the access code. So you're going to go to the guided lectures. You go over here to the multimedia library. We're going to listen to the guided lecture. So I'm going to say continue. We're going out of Blackboard now. And I want to listen to the guided lecture for chapter 1. Oops, chapter 2. I want chapter 1. And then I ask it to find it. Here it is here. And it opens up and will start talking to me, or talking to you. So I don't think you can hear it on right at this moment, but it talks, and it's a wonderful, does a better job than I can, so we're using these. So now we're going to go back to Blackboard. After listening to the lectures, I'm going to complete the learning games that are in here. So I go to the My Medical Terminology Lab All Assignments section, and chapter 1 is exam review. Once again, I'm going to go out and have to give it permission to let me get out. And it was exam review was the one that I was going to do. And this is where you would go ahead and take it, the little homework section. Give it permission every time. Now you can use Firefox or Chrome. I find that they both work equally well. So this is where you would start your exam review. And once it's recorded, it keeps track of your score, which automatically feeds into Blackboard, and I automatically can see it as well. We're going back to Blackboard now. There we go. So you do the learning games, and then you're going to go in and do the quiz. And the quiz is inside Blackboard, and it will deliver from a big test bank and moves along one question at a time. They're either fill in the blank, true, false, matching, or multiple choice. So you would finish that, and there's 20 questions. You have to do it all in one sitting. And we're on the honor system here. So that's basically how it goes. So that would be week 1. Week 2 looks pretty much the same. Week 3 is when we have our midterm. So when you see midterm, here's the midterm exam. Here's a discussion board here that's worth quite a few points. And you can find also that there's some extra credit available, and that's by doing extra games inside the All Assignments tab. So you can get a total of 20 extra points, 10 for the midterm and 10 for the final, which are the chapters split in half. So this big discussion board in the middle, make sure you enter the correct one depending on your last name, and that's worth, I believe, 100 points. So that's a biggie. You want to make sure you do that. So week 5, also during the midterm, you'll see there's only one. Where am I? Midterm, where'd you go? It was week 3 was midterm. There's only one chapter to read, so I realize that you have a lot of work to do this week, so we only have one chapter. So then week 4, we go back to the 3 chapters. Week 5, also 3 chapters. And week 6, 1 chapter. And then your farewell discussion board. But I want you to see that there's a slight change here. Your initial post is due Monday. The final and the 4 reply posts are due on the 21st. That's so that we get everything all done. Then we have a chapter 14 quiz and a final exam. So we lighten the load a little bit. If you just want to get into the discussion boards, you can go in through discussions, and that tells you a little bit more details about them. And you can see where I made that one post right there. If we go on it, it'll flip it into, oh, looks like somebody's already made a post there. Oh, I'm going to have to turn this off. Okay, so I'll have to turn this back down because we're not quite ready for students to be in it. So that should give you a good idea of how to get around the course. To get into your grades, you go here. Oh, I remember there's one thing I wanted to tell you about the grades. There seems to be like a lot of things here. That's because of that extra credit option. They're all open. If you choose to do them, then I know that you've done them. And then you'll get your extra credit. So those are those 10 points for the first half and the 10 points for the second half. So that's why it looks like so many things, but just be relieved, you don't have to do all of it. Okay, so if you have any questions, please email me. I'm easily, I usually answer within 24 hours. I try to, and I'm not online 24 hours a day, but close to it. So if you have any questions, please let me know, and I will see you on the internet.